Hey, good morning, guys. It is 2:45 a.m. in the morning and I can't sleep. So I figured I'd make a video. And I'm about to talk about something that I think is vitally important. I get excited when I read this information because I know as I apply it to my life what it's going to do for my goals and income. And I want you, as you hear it, to get excited about what it can do for yours. So I believe these two books go together. The Magic of Thinking Big and 10x is easier than 2x. Because when you start 10xing your life, when you live in this 10x way, and when you learn how it's easier to do this than to just do this in your results, it's going to take this. You're going to have a belief level of thinking big. So I titled this Think Bigger, Faster. We all have to get there. Think bigger, faster. I would venture to say that some of you have probably, when you think about your goals and where you are in your life right now, you wish you were somewhere bigger. You wish you had gotten to where you are sooner. Or maybe even where you are isn't even a place that feels really good to you, and there's some place higher that you want to go. So you've got to understand, guys, that if you already knew how to get there, you would be there. You got to be a seeker. You got to keep seeking and know that if you seek, you will find. So books, I want to tell you all something. The secrets are in books. The secrets of the ages are found in books. Now, these days you can listen to books on audio, so it doesn't have to be just you reading, but I like to get the audio so I can go in through the ear gate and then get the reading so it can go in through the eye gate and I can highlight. But I want to share with you all. So first of all, get this book, okay? And get this book too, Magic of Thinking Big. But I want to share with you all some things from 10x is easier than 2x. And I want you to believe in the belief that it's easier to 10x your goals, meaning 10 times your profits and results than it is just to 2x. And you may be saying, well, how is that possible? You got to get the book to get the understanding. And this will give you the how to as well. Because again, if you knew, you'd already be doing it. And so mindset is so vitally important because as you learn how to shift how you're doing your business, as you learn how to shift where you're putting your efforts, you got to know how to shift your thinking too, so that your thinking is more expansive and bigger as your actions start to change. But I want you to listen to this as long as you can, because just really dig it. I'm going to read to you, but I want you to close your eyes and just take this in. Okay? The surprising simplicity of 10x growth. Like if you did 100,000 last year, was 10xing it, a million, right? So why would a million be what you should be going after instead of 2x, which would be just getting, let's say doubling that, right? Just 2x. 1,000 times 2 is what? 200,000. So listen, why the 2x mindset is the enemy that rules. So basically what that's saying, thinking small is your enemy. The road to hell is paved with the pursuit of volume. Volume leads to marginal products, marginal customers, and greatly increased managerial complexity. Listen to this, guys. Hard work leads to low returns. You would think that working harder and harder, more hours every day, would get you more results, would get you higher returns. But he says hard work leads to low returns. Insight in doing what we want leads to high returns. Strive for excellence in few things rather than good in many. It is not shortage of time that should worry us, but the tendency for the majority of time to be spent in low quality ways is what most people do. Busy, 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 and you're busy on those things that aren't even giving you the results that make you take a quantum leap. The 80-20 principle says, listen to this principle, that if we doubled our time on the top 20% of activities, we could work a 2-day week and achieve 60% more than now. How would you like to work less, work a 2-day week, and be doing 60% more? See, I always thought about myself because I'm a hard worker. I've got big goals and I put in the hours because I love what I do. I love network marketing, I love my company, I love helping people the ways I help them. But I know there are no more hours in the day that I could work and still be healthy. No way. So, me making more money, me increasing my business can't come from me working more hours. So, I'm like, what is the answer? I found the answer in this book, and I'm so glad that I joined the Living the Legacy Pro Academy with IX Global because I got elite level coaching. I'm getting coaching that's giving me this information that I need to level up. So think on this question. If you wanted to improve your profits by 10%, how would you do it? So the author says he once attended this seminar where this question was presented to a mastermind group. So after taking 5 to 10 minutes to think about the question, they had a group discussion. And Dr. Bernard, one of the world's leading experts on constraint theory and decision making, happened to be in the group that day. This is actually a really bad question, he said. Listen to why that's a bad question. What if you wanted to improve your profits by 10%? How would you do it? You may think that's reasonable, but here is why it's bad. He said, there are literally infinite things I could do to grow my profits by 10%. The goal isn't big enough to create focus and specificity. So that just tells you got to create focus in what you're doing. But that goal isn't big enough to create focus and specificity. If, however, you ask this better question, if you wanted to grow your profits by 10 times, how would you do it? That would be a much better question because there are likely to be very few, maybe even one way to create 10x growth. Are you all understanding what he's saying? When you take your mind to something bigger, then you're stretched to be doing the things that it takes to achieve that bigger goal. So indeed, almost nothing you're currently doing would get you there, to your 10x goal. To separate the signal from the noise, you need to make the goal big enough to weed out most paths or strategies. Impossible goals help you to identify the one or few conditions that have the highest possible upside. Those are the areas to focus your scarcest resource, your limited attention on. So if you're where you can comment, leave me a comment because I want to see if you're understanding what he's saying. And again, guys, please, if you're in business, even if you're not in business, this is going to help you in your career, even at home. Get this book. So these are the areas to focus your scarcest resource, your limited attention. See, we're all working our businesses. Not we all, but most people are wrong. You're busy being busy, but you haven't learned to be focused on the things that are going to get you the highest returns and leave the busy work to someone else. Once you get to a certain level, It doesn't have to be a high level. You can delegate that 80% of things that don't get you to where you want to go to someone else. So to make a goal effective, what do we have to do? You've got to test its outer limits. Push it out as far as you can. Only once you make your goal impossible, have you ever done that? Will you stop operating based on your current assumptions and knowledge? You'll be open to new ideas and you'll entertain different paths that you never considered. Now, I get it. A lot of times people are scared of making big goals because they feel like, what if I don't make it? And then I'll feel deflated. But that's small thinking. What if you do make it? What if you get closer because you've stretched that goal out? Stop playing small, guys. Playing small does not serve any of us. So, operating non-linearly based on past assumptions and norms is 2x. Excuse me. Operating linearly based on past assumptions and norms is 2x. But operating non-linearly based on exciting and seemingly impossible vision, that's 10x. Exciting and seemingly possible, going into the unknown. So Dr. Bernard encourages people to make their goals so big that they believe it's impossible. So for instance, if the entrepreneur wants to make $1 million in profits in the next 12 months, Bernard asks, do you believe that's possible? The entrepreneur says yes. Well, what about making 10 million in profits in the next 12 months? Do you believe that that's possible? I don't think so, says the entrepreneur. That goal, Dr. Bernard presses, it would be impossible unless. So he's asking like, okay, unless what? Like, what are the conditions? What would have to be in place in order for them to be possible? In order for that to be possible? In the next 12 months, 10 million. Then ask yourself, how can you create these unless conditions to make the impossible possible? Wow, you ever thought about that? What would I have to do? Where would my focus need to be in my business? What actions would I need to take? What would really have to happen in order for me to do 10 million next year? Or in order for you to do whatever a 10x would be for you? Hey, what's up, Paulette? Paulette says, thanks so much. I absolutely get what you and the author is saying. When she was younger, she said she had no problem 10xing. Well, girl, guess what? You can take that mind back to when you used to think in that 10x way. It's just a power of a decision. You can start right now. So you know what? When you get the right things in you, like your mind, it'll be easily stretched back. If it's been there before, when you start like getting into this stuff, it'll be back again. When you really start honing in on your potential and what's possible for you as a human and realizing there's so much untapped potential and things you haven't achieved yet, let's go get it kind of attitude, you're going to get there, Paula, excuse me. So the entrepreneur lists conditions that need to be present for that impossible goal to become believably possible. Doctor points out those conditions and strategies are where the entrepreneur should focus if they want the highest return on time and energy. Everything else they're doing is noise. I can think of myself. Y'all, I've worked like hard, right? Not hard like digging dishes hard in the hot sun, but just like a lot. But I love what I do. So I don't know if I'm working a plan. I love network marketing. I love training, coaching. I love talking to people about wellness. I love talking to people about wealth building, right? And I can't see, it just says Facebook user. I can't see the person's name for that one. It says the person on Facebook, this is the best time to achieve it in life. Good advice. Yeah, when you get, I don't know your age, but when you get our age, I'll say over 50, you've got so much more wisdom. You can look back and see what worked before, maybe what didn't work, or you just have to me, better sound mind. And And it's time for us to live our best life, right? It's like, look, all these things I haven't done yet, haven't achieved yet, like the time is now. I know 50 years from now, I probably won't be here. I told my kids, y'all get to my 100th birthday, and then I might go home and go sleep and go be with the Lord. But I'm saying, like, these are our truly, I get it now when they say golden years. This is my golden years. Time for me to do what I want to do when I want to do it. And I've had a good life of doing that, but there's so much more. So much more of the world to see, so much more experience. Girl, no, I'm not still awake. I just woke up. I did not. I wasn't able to sleep. I'm just laying there. I'm like, look, let me get up. And I just felt called to this book. So this is what I should be doing now. I just didn't want to lay there just to lay there. So listen to this. Seemingly impossible or massive goals are highly practical because they immediately separate what works from what won't, illuminating the few paths that have the greatest effectiveness. So again, we got to get our efforts on doing the things that are going to give us the greatest results. Small goals are unable to clarify effective pathways because they're too marginal or linear from your current location. So many times people are, first of all, people don't have a goal. I can look at, let's say, my team in network marketing, and I always say this: you can't never hit a target that you're not aiming for. So people sign up in a business, pay $500 or less, don't truly treat it like a business because they didn't pay the money of a real business. They didn't have to take out a small business loan. They didn't have to go into their savings, spend $100,000. So they spend $500, $100. So they don't treat it like a business. Like every business has a goal. Every business would want to have a certain return on profits, but people who get into network marketing, they don't work it like a true business owner from a business mindset. So that's one of the reasons they never see those types of business results, right? That kind of life-changing income. So you got to have a goal. But even a small goal, says small goals are unable to clarify effective pathways because they're too marginal or linear from your current location. This is a fundamental reason why 10x goals and vision are simpler, easier, and more practical than 2x goals. So with a 2x goal, there are too many potential pathways to reach the desired destination. Hey, whoever's commenting on Facebook, tell me, put your name in there because it just says Facebook user unless you subscribe to, like, I think you go to facebook.com/StreamYard and you give Facebook permission to for you to share your name. So this is the fundamental reason why 10x goals and vision are simpler and easier. And you may be thinking, how is it easier to make more money than less money? But when you work this way, guys, it is. I'm telling you, like, try something different. Try something new. If the way you've been working isn't getting you your goals, think, wait a minute, there's something that I don't know. Like, I knew this. There was something that I didn't know that I had to find to help me to get and stay in that 7-figure space. Found it. It wasn't just me keep doing the same things I'm doing and just do it over a longer period of time. That got me to 6 figures. But I needed something new to take me to the next level. Okay. So, listen to this. This creates, like, working that 2x way, creates paralysis by analysis and makes it extremely difficult to know where to focus your best energy and efforts. What is the right thing for me to be doing right now for me to reach my goal? A lot of times we're just doing stuff, working the way that what we think we should be doing, right? Which oftentimes is not the right thing. But what is the right thing? There's a question I'm coming up in my head based on this. What is the right thing that I should be doing right now to reach my objective? So when you got a small goal, it's difficult to know where to focus. But conversely, with the 10x goal, only a limited number of strategies or paths will work. So when you have that big 10x goal, there's only a few things that you could possibly do to get from here to there in a short period of time. But there are a lot of different things that will take you from here to here. But guys, we got to, like, I don't know how much time you think you got left, and a lot of us don't know, but come on now. Aren't there some places you want to travel that maybe you haven't had the money for? Aren't there some wealth you want to accumulate? Some people you want to do things for? Like, someone came to me yesterday and they were in a spot and they needed $5,000, right? Now, it's not that I don't have $5,000, of course, but I not in the position, like, when you got your own family, your own things you're doing, and your own goals and your mortgages and things. There's, like, you can't just give $5,000 from your money to other people's money unless you're positioned in a real wealthy place. Then maybe you have a fund where you say, I give away $10,000 a month. Like, I would love to be in that position where I give away $10,000 a month. Oh, that's low too. Oh my God. I would love to give away $100,000 a month to people and institutions and programs that would really make an impact in people's lives. Like, my heart wanted to give this person the $5,000. Now, I had given him $500 before for something as a gift just a couple weeks before. But the $5,000 I wanted to do, and he was just asking for a loan. But at this time, it's funny because, first of all, my kids, if they knew how much money I give to people, they'd be like, what about us? But anyway, like, why are you giving to these other people? I still got some children that, anyway, that's a whole different conversation. But so, all right. So conversely, with a 10x goal, only a limited number of strategies or paths will work. Let me see what the person on Facebook is saying. We should try something new if other things that we were doing didn't work out. Oh, you learned a lot from me today. Oh, well, good. I'm so glad. So hopefully you can stay on. Let me just finish in this part in less than 10 minutes. Okay. So, all right, let me read this one last sentence again. Conversely, with a 10x goal, only a limited number of strategies or paths will work. And I'm going to skip some of this. So there are many paths to 2x or linear progress, which is one reason it's ineffective and overly complex to go to X. You're just scatterbrained. There's just so many different things that could get you little minimal results. There are few paths leading to 10x, making the goal simple and highly effective. Again, almost nothing will work for 10x, which is why it is so useful. So it allows us to hone in on the few, maybe even just one, but the few right things that we should be doing that will get us those results that we want. So if you're shooting for 2x, you probably won't land much farther from where you are now, and you'll exhaust, this was me, enormous energy grinding inches forward. Oh my gosh. And network marketing, I had been grinding. I enjoyed it, but people are like, oh, you work all the time. You work all the time. And that was fun work to me, but it was like always on and only in incremental increases. And you still look like, wait a minute, how's this person making $100,000 a week? Wow, what are they doing that they're making $1 million a month? And you know it's nothing that they have in them that God didn't put in you too. So it's like, that's why I'm always like seeking. I got to find these answers because I deserve $100,000 a month. I deserve $100,000 a week. I deserve $1 million a month. How do I have to govern myself? What do I need to change about what I'm doing? Because I'm sure not making $1 million a month. But this person over here ain't no difference. Let me find out. I'm in the process of finding out and then working in that way. All right. So almost nothing works for 10x growth, which means if you take it seriously, you'll have to be a lot more honest. I need my highlighter about everything that you are doing right now. Ooh, all right, time to step on some toes. That's right. Gotta be honest with what you're doing. Get a checkup from the neck up. What do you gotta change? You'll also because I'm gonna highlight this because I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna really analyze. Like, you really should write down, like, for a day, like, everything that you do over 2 days, everything you do towards your business, and then analyze that. Those things, the right things I should be doing to get me the income I want, to get me the results that I want, to get me the productivity that I want. You'll also have to be far more choosy about the paths you take forward. Because only an extremely limited set of approaches and conditions have any connection or efficacy for such transformation. Let me read that again. Only an extremely limited set of approaches or conditions have any connection or efficacy for such a transformation. So what does that say? In this process, you are transforming. You're transforming your mindset. You're transforming your business results. You're transforming your income. All right. And there's only going to be a few things that actually bring transformation. So in psychology, pathways thinking is an attribute of high hope people. Let's find out what pathways thinking is, guys, because I have never heard of that. So those who are highly committed, high hope people are those who are highly committed to specific goals. These high hope people are continually learning and iterating their process and path toward their goal. They take feedback from hitting obstacles and not achieving their goals to learn and get better and adjust their path. So some people are afraid to even set a big goal because they're afraid of not hitting it. They're afraid of hitting an obstacle. And then they just get into the, oh, woe is me, that didn't work, I'm not good enough. But that is not how high hope people think. They think, oh, I hit an obstacle. Let me learn from this. How do I get better from this? When we hit obstacles, it just should be that's what happens. You come up with obstacles. Obstacles are par for the course. And to learn as you get over them, you learn and grow in getting over those obstacles. When an object has a large spectrum of possible pathways or solutions, then it's not a useful tool. I'm almost finished. Goals are a filtration tool, filtering the signal from the noise, clarifying where to focus for the highest impact. I want you all to really be getting this. What are the purpose of goals? Why are they there? Why should you have a goal? It's a filtration tool. That's one thing. It filters the signal from the noise. The noise is all the different things you're doing is not really leading to what the main thing that you really want. And so it's clarifying where you should be focusing for highest impact. Don't you want high impact? Don't you want high results? Don't you want high bank account and high cash? Yes. So 10X is simple. Very few paths will get you there. The higher and more specific your goals and standards become, the fewer options you have. Which counterintuitively makes them easier to achieve. Bigger and more specific goals immediately X almost everything you're now doing, making all sorts of space for exploring and scanning much better options. So if you get all the noise out of the way, if you cut out all those things that aren't giving you the results that you want, and you focus on the top 20% of the things that you should be doing to really get results, that's going to free up your time and make space for other things that you should be adding in that's going to get you 10x results. If you want a really nice house, you have fewer options for furniture. The more specific you get about what you want, the fewer designers there may be who fit your desires. Conversely, if you have low, non-specific standards for your house, then there are seemingly endless options for furniture. I get it. When you're trying to solve highly complex particular problems, you need a specialist, not a generalist, to solve your problems. You can't just go to any doctor to reach optimal health. Almost everything is noise, and almost everything you're doing now is a distraction from 10x. All right. So, last quote: if we didn't have ambition, some big goal we are after, how would we know what little things, what distractions to say no to? Ooh, that's a good question for me. What do I need to be saying no to that I do on a daily basis that's just noise? When I hang out with you all, I'm going to write that down and ponder that. What do I need to say no to? This is good. This is good. So, all right, guys. So as we move forward in our business, get these 2 books. And I would say get Audible. What a great $15.99 investment. Audible has allowed me, oh my God, Audible has grown me so much in the last 6 months because I got books all around me. I love books. Remember, I said the secrets of the ages are found in books. But I can listen to more books more times in a shorter period of time than I can just reading them. So I do both. So you want to learn how to think big, right? And the magic that can come into your life by thinking big. And this is more like a business resource, a practical. So this is thinking big too. 10x is easier than 2x, but it's like the real breakdown in business of how, like why is it easier to get 10 times the results than just working in a 2x way. So this is going to lay it out for you, give you the formula, give you ideas, help you with what you should be doing specifically to get the results. Well, thank you for being here with me this morning. Now 3:16 a.m. And being open to receive. Now remember, it's not just in the knowing, it's in the doing. It's in the application of this great knowledge that we get that gives us the results. And I am hungry, not for food. I'm hungry for the things that I want in life. I'm hungry for the success that I want, for the life that I want to live, for the lifestyle. And I'm not complaining about the lifestyle I live now because it's full of freedom, thank God. I haven't had to work a job in way over a decade. I've learned early on to create my own income. I travel a lot. I'm able to help people. But Lord knows I don't want to stay here because there is more. There is so much more. And for the rest of my life, I'm going to be going for the more. But I got to learn. People who have already done it are showing us how to do it. But we got to be the seekers of the knowledge and then the appliers of the knowledge, okay? All right, guys, I could go on and on. I'm going to stop. You want to reach out to me, call me, text me, whatever. WhatsApp me, +1 980-888-2000, 980-888-2000. I'm just glad. I just felt like the Lord was just saying, all right, don't just lay there. You can't sleep. Like, get up. And I just felt called to share this with you. So I believe you found this video. It was something in what I said that you needed to hear. All right, guys. Have a great rest of your day, whether you are waking up or going to sleep. Bye-bye.